Welcome back to Little Rat TV. Got a banger from Cosmic Verse. Why men are done with Western women. Let's hop straight into it.
Why do a lot of women find nice guys boring?
As well as I need a man. Like literally right now, I need a man.
So I'm struggling with this whole being single thing, and I think whenever I tell people that, their initial response is like, oh, well, you should just like focus on yourself.
Never cut your hose off. Always keep a backup man.
It's pretty clear by now that modern women are more of a risk rather than a reward.
I don't particularly think I'm bad looking, but no one wants to date me.
There are too many men on this earth for me to sit around and deal with one motherfucker that don't want to act right.
I find myself so much more happier when I'm not focusing on men.
One of the things I think is hardest about being single or...
The bottom line is, majority of men today are walking away from delusional women. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work.
Hey, go subscribe to Cosmic Verse right now, and if you can as well, go subscribe to my channel right now. Hit the follow button, subscribe button, and like and comment, and turn your post notifications on so you know when I post. Well, yeah, let's get into the video.
Thank you.
Those guys that say she's single for a reason. Women are not single because they can't get a man. Women don't even need to leave the house to get a man. Most of the time their DMs are filled with men. Every single woman on earth has men chasing them. If a woman is single, it's a sign that she knows what she wants and that she doesn't put up with shit.
I don't particularly think I'm bad looking, all right? I have a job, I pay my phone bill, you know, but no one wants to date me. And the answer is not that my standards are too high, because I've dated 3 rats in a trench coat just because they wanted to take me out to dinner one time. So what's wrong with me? Why?
Should I still trust women?
No. A client of mine, single mom, has 3 kids. They all have different dads, but by her own doing. So she has enough of her own money, but she always wants a man with more money. So she dates these men in higher positions and whatnot, and they have broken up with her. And what she actually does is she goes and gets artificially inseminated, tells them that she's pregnant by them. She lies to these men, and then by the time the paternity test comes out, obviously they know they're not the dad. She's done it 3 times.
And all the kids are by just
different donors. She's got a couple screws loose. She's just, I want more kids, and I want someone who also wants kids. And I was like, well, have you tried asking these men to have kids with you? She's like, well, they just keep breaking up with me. And I'm like, I wonder why.
Imagine.
I mean, I don't know how factual that story is because she's just literally outing her client like that. But that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's crazy to keep doing that to other men, and men actually falling for that trap is actually kind of crazy. But I just want to latch on to the first part of what she said there. And this is a perpetual problem that has been going on, you know, in the Western world in America, is that, you know, well, women in general. The problem is women have something called hypergamy, and that's completely normal. They like to date people that make more money than them, people who are better than them. A woman never ever looks for an equal. Any girl that tells you that she's looking for 50-50, cap, bro. A girl always wants a guy to make at least 56% or more of what she makes. So therefore, for easy numbers, if a girl makes 100K, she wants her man to make at least $156,000. That's just how women operate. And guess what? Women cannot go back. So if a girl is dating, like, let's say a girl, she dates a guy who makes $250 a year, she can't go backwards, bro. She's gonna be looking, as this lady just explained, every time she got broken up with, she looked for a guy that made more money than the last guy. But hey, and a lot of modern women do not understand this, is that they're wired this way. You're wired to want a guy that's better than you. So all that 50-50 stuff, bro, is cap, it's BS.
Imagine that, huh? A single mother of 3 wants
crazy.
a man who makes more money than force a man into her life. It's not just desperate, it's dangerous.
Dangerous,
the reason
baby.
men need to be pursuing women is because we literally don't need you. We don't need you. So why the hell would we pursue something that we don't need? Studies have shown that women who are married have a lower life expectancy than women who are unmarried. We don't need you. In fact, you actually actively kill us. On the other hand, men who are married have a higher life expectancy than unmarried men. You need us. You need us. So, of course, we are the fucking prize. Of course you should be pursuing us. Why the hell would we pursue something that will kill us earlier? Woo. Period. Go out.
Yeah, anybody who says period at the end of their sentence is low IQ, very low IQ person. But she's just very low IQ. I guess low IQ is the recurring factor here. Listen, man, at the end of the day, you know, you can argue about who is the prize and who's the prize and who's not the prize. But I would argue that, you know, men are the prize. The reason why is because it's harder for a woman to stay happy in a relationship. Therefore, in shorter terms, whoever is least likely to leave the relationship is the prize, and that's the man. Because it's so hard to keep a woman engaged all the time. They want, the emotions are a really big thing for women. And like, bro, like they want their emotions to be sometimes even played with, bro. And I don't know why they operate like this. They just want the rough ride, I guess. But like, bro, like she's saying that they don't need us, right? As men. So explain to me how 99% of the infrastructure jobs are ran by men, right? Everything that you wear, even the clothes that they wear was probably manufactured by a man. And guess who made the machine that made that clothes? Men. Like, so it's like, bro, like these women claim they need us, they don't need us, but at the end of the day, who do you need to have a child to bring life into this world? A man. And even if you say, oh, I can, get inseminated, well, guess who the semen comes from? A man. Like, you can't make the semen up. So it's like, listen, for me personally, I think the man is the prize, right? And obviously, that's not to say that the woman is not important, but like, in terms of a relationship and having a relationship work, like the guy needs to be loved more than the woman is loved by the guy. I'm just saying, because at the end of the day, like I said, women are harder to keep happy in a relationship. They go off of emotions and their moods change all the time. So just based off of that fact that they are more likely to leave the relationship early and they're the hardest to keep happy, that means that, and the guy has to be better than them in every single regard. He got to make more money. He got to have more status. He got to have this, that. He got to be taller. Like, bro, automatically the guy's the prize. So these girls are contradicting themselves every day when they say that they're the prize.
Last night with a couple of girlfriends, and we went to Wally's in Santa Monica. It was very, very cute, a good vibe. We're just having like a little girls' night, whatever. We're in the back, we're sitting, we're just chatting, and these two guys come over and they start chatting it up with us, and it was fine. We were being friendly, we were being nice, and they were like good conversation. I began to notice that these guys, within the first 15 minutes, they did not offer to buy us drinks. Mind you, we weren't drinking anything. We were just sitting there. We were actually really kind of buying time until we went to the next spot. So we're talking, 15 minutes goes by, they didn't offer to buy drinks, nothing, they're just talking to us. Another 15 minutes go by, we're still talking. Another 15 minutes go by, we're still talking. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, we've been here for a while, I'm getting bored, I'm getting annoyed, and we were been supposed to leave, but here we are talking to these guys that we actually aren't even really interested in. And so I excused myself to the bathroom, thinking that that was going to be the cue for the other girls to realize that, hey, either join me in the bathroom for us to regroup, or hey, let's wrap these things up with these guys and let's keep it moving to the next spot. No, I get back, still talking. So finally, I tapped my friend and I just told her, like, hey, I'm ready, like, let's go.
Escort some.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just gonna let y'all know right now, these are the women that you need to avoid. And this is the problem with modern women. The fact that the guys that were talking to her and her friends did not offer to buy them a drink, automatically not interested. And just to let y'all know, she said she wasn't even interested in the guy. So what's the point of me as a guy buying you a drink if you weren't even interested in the first place? You see how the logic doesn't make sense? Like, bro, literally, she literally said because they were, the fact that they did not buy them drinks while sitting down pissed her off. And this is another point too. A lot of people have been saying this, but they think it's cap, but I think it's true. Single women keep up. Matter of fact, because they were all single probably, right? Women keep other women single. I'm gonna just put it like that. Women keep other single women single because those girls were probably actually trying to get to know those guys, but because one girl in the friend group wants to leave, conversation cut, you can't even get to know that girl. So, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how that interaction actually works. Guys didn't buy her a drink, automatically not interested. You can't make this stuff up, bro. You literally cannot make this stuff up. Like, this is the stuff I be talking about with these modern women out here. It's insane that she got pissed off just because a guy didn't want to buy her a drink. And she also prevented her friends from getting to know those other two guys just because she herself wanted to leave. It's crazy.
Going back to Minecraft,
these
you are
ads.
right with a dedicated server from Hostinker. Claim complete control.
Real confidence is
crazy.
self-respect, not manipulation.
I tried this new thing yesterday and I think that it really worked. I was walking down the street and this guy starts catcalling me and he was like, "You look so sexy, baby. Like, you look so good today, blah, blah, blah." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Oh my God, thanks, girl." And I just like flipped my hair and I was like, "Thanks, girly pop." He looked so confused and he didn't say one more word. He was silenced. And to me, that's a sign of success. So I'm going to do it again and you should try it.
Ladies, do me a favor. When you put these lists out of I require all of these things, right next to that list, do us all a favor and put a list out of what you provide. What do you bring to the table that warrants you making this long list? Salary, how many cars, how many this and that you want the guy to provide. I want to see the list of what you provide so we can see if it matches, right? Are you bringing to the table the same quantity and quality that you expect? Or are there games going on? I'll wait.
There are definitely games going on. I can answer that question for you, ma'am. Don't worry. You seem to understand, that, it's supposed to be an equal exchange, right? And that's a big part of the problem, that's going on with the modern dating society and like girls in general. There are girls out here that genuinely think that they have to bring nothing to the table. There are girls out here that genuinely think that come as I am, take me as I am. I don't have to improve. I don't have to bring anything to the table. Matter of fact, I am the table. There's actually women out there that think like that. And, they're making all these lists. If you don't make $100K a year, I ain't messing with you. If you don't got 2 cars without a car payment, right? These cars can't be leased or financed. They got to be owned. Title in hand, buddy. You can't mess with me if you don't got that. Bro, requirements, long. What they bring to the table, short. Nothing. And that's basically, at least, it gives me hope to know that there are women out there that think like that are holding these other modern women accountable, because it's crazy, bro. These requirements, the long laundry list, bro, of requirements that these women have. And then when you look across the table and say, okay, fair enough. You want me to make this amount of money a year. You want me to have this. You want me to have that. But what do you bring to me? What do I get in exchange for my money? Because let's be honest, in a relationship, a guy is gonna be spending more money on the girl than the girl spends on the guy. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep it a buck, right? Guys are normally expected to take care of most of the bills. But what do I get in return? And she asked a great question. Is the quality of what you're bringing to the table matching the quantity of what the guy is bringing to the table? And most modern women, they don't have an answer to that question.
So the reason that men don't care about your career the way that women care about a man's career is because when is a man going to have the opportunity to be fully taken care of by his wife? You don't really see that. That doesn't really happen. But men, on the other hand, are happy to accept the provider role if they can do it. Women care about how much a man earns because men actually will accept that provider role. Whereas a woman could be making more than the man and she'll still want to keep all her money and think that his money is both of their money, but her money is her money to keep. Women are much more stingier when it comes to money. So your career, your diplomas, your degrees, why would a man find that hot if he doesn't get to take advantage of it? Doesn't really benefit him.
Men.
Yeah, that's the truth. And this is another thing as well. It's like, like, modern women need to understand your resources and your accomplishments and your degrees and your goals, 99% of the times, those actually do not benefit the man. Because if push comes to shove, if that guy loses his job, you're out the door in the next 2 weeks. Some girls might give it a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, but there's a time limit. However, you put the shoe on the other foot and you say to a guy, in 5 years from now, or a year from now, your girl is going to lose her job. What are you going to do? He's probably not going to leave. Why? Because she was probably never ever, that money was probably hers to keep in the first place. But a lot of modern women, they show off their careers, but then they still expect men to provide. That doesn't entice us. It doesn't interest us. It's not something that we want to indulge in, because we do not care. Like, a lot of guys, most guys do not care about a woman's success, because 99% of the time, she said it perfectly. he cannot take advantage of it. So why the hell would we care? It doesn't matter.
In general, are never truly benefited by their woman's money in the relationship.
Never.
I know that this is self-sabotage, but sometimes when a guy asks me a question and I can feel in the air that he wants me to sell myself, I say the craziest thing I can think of in my head and I try to go so off script. Like yesterday, a guy asked me, what is my toxic trait? Unprompted, out of nowhere, just trying to pivot the conversation in a way that I felt like he was trying to make me sell myself to him. So I was like, my toxic trait is that I like to use men. Yes, I do. Yeah, I can't help myself. Because in that moment, they either want me to say something that I don't realize is a red flag and hit me with the gotcha, or I feel like they want me to try to sell myself as somebody who's likable and somebody who's trying to be their girlfriend or wifey material, you know? And yeah, I had fun. I had fun giving that stupid ass but genuine answer.
Like, so she can admit that was really a stupid answer, a dumb answer. But she gave it anyway. Like, I don't know, bro. This is crazy. And they don't want to give that. There's no effort. The guy is just asking a simple question. What are your toxic traits, right? Honestly, I would never ask that. On a first date or on a date with a girl that I'm first meeting. I would never ask that. Let me know if y'all would. But hey, I kind of feel like that's a weird question to ask. However, that's a crazy ass answer. Because why are you self-sabotaging? I don't know. Why are you self-sabotaging your date? I mean, that guy, I guess, dodged a bullet because you can tell that girl was full of herself. She looks pretty narcissistic. I mean, she seems pretty narcissistic. So that guy dodged a bullet. But damn, what an answer they give to a simple question.
Plus, I need a man.
While admitting that it was dumb.
Literally right now, I need a man. I bought a house by myself, which is really, really cool. So fucking proud of myself. The part that nobody tells you about buying a house while you're a single woman is that now I get to maintain a house by myself. Okay, can we get into the number one problem that I'm having right now? This is my front door. She's red. We love her. She's so cute. This is the gate to my front door. And if we look really quick right here at this handle, see how that looks like that? And look. See how it's locked? Shut? Permanently? University of YouTube only goes so far. I need a man to come fix this shit. My girlfriend Miranda came over yesterday and I was like, hi, girlie, come to the fucking back door. My front door's locked.
Well, apparently.
Yeah, but women don't need men, right? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And it's crazy. A lot of modern women are of the idea that, they can, be successful, buy a house. But this girl is a perfect example. She won't say it. She's not saying it during the video. But at the end of the day, buying a house by yourself, it's a successful thing, right? You're doing something by yourself. You're proving that you can do something by yourself. But who do you have to share that with? Women derive their pleasures from being around people that they love. Sharing emotions, sharing things with other people. They're people-oriented human beings. That's just a fact. You can't go against nature. That's just the nature of a woman. Who does she have to share that house with? No kids, no husband, no family. Now her front door is broken. Her friends got to go through the back door because the front door is not open. Can't open. It's not that it's not open. It can't open. And now she needs a man. But I bet all those years where she was grinding, getting her degree, or whatever, because it's not cheap to buy a house, right? But she was doing all that stuff, ignoring men that were going after her. And now look at the front door. She's probably gonna have to hire somebody and pay somebody to do it when she could have just had a man for free in the first place. Women shoot themselves in the foot all the time.
Plan, a bailout, or an emotional crutch.
It does not bother me like it bothers you females when my man tells me to do something. Whatever he says goes. That's just the bottom line for me. I don't care what you guys think. You're like, oh, you're acting like a pick-me. How am I acting like a pick-me if I'm already picked? And I'm going to stay picked because at the end of the day, I honor my man. I respect him. If he tells me not to post something, I'm not posting it. If he tells me not to do something, I'm not doing it. I'm not arguing about it. I'm not going back and forth about it. Because that's the man that I chose to protect me and to provide for me and to be there for me. So I trust his word. So when he says take that down, it's going down. I'm not asking him why. His reasoning is his reasoning, and I'm trusting his reasoning on why he wants me to do something or not do something. So for y'all coming at me and saying all these weird things, it does not bother me that I respect my man. And the reason why he loves me the way he does is because he knows how I stand behind him. So I guess I am a pick-me. But he picked me.
Hey, listen, man. You know what's funny? These girls always say behind a strong man behind every strong man is a whatever the saying they say, something about a woman, right? But then those same women won't follow their lead that their man is giving them. And I'm not saying, yeah, I understand there are men out there that, you know, are not leaders, right? But she said it perfectly. She respects her man. She understands that she chose that guy, right? She gave that guy the opportunity to be the one who protects her, provides for her, and makes sure that she's good. So it would be very disrespectful of her and very antithetical of the idea for her to then go ahead and disrespect said man and not follow his rules, or not follow, not really orders, but like not do the things that he asks. Like, it would make no sense, but that's a screw that has not been tightened or has been loosened in women's minds since feminism. Feminism has taken away from women, because women, let's call a spade a spade. Women don't respect men the same way they used to do anymore. It just doesn't exist. You almost have to like earn it. You know what I mean? Like, and yes, respect is earned, but like once you choose a guy to take care of you, like, and this is a lot of things that women don't understand. Once you give a guy the responsibility, the responsibility to take care of you, all that accountability also lies on that man. Because if something happens to you, if you're outside and you get hit, or if you're outside and your bag gets stolen, you're gonna look to your man and be like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you not chasing that guy and getting my bag back? But women think that, you know, accountability comes without responsibility. And those two things always go together. But, you know, it's feminism for you.
Seeing so many posts about, I do not do 50-50. If you do not do 50-50, you do not need to keep repeating yourself. We hear you, sweetie. I do not do 50-50. And I don't ever have to tell a man over and over again, I do not do 50-50. Because if you didn't hear me the first time, then I know that we are not compatible. The moment that you tell me, let's go have on dinner, and we're at dinner, of course I'm going to be prepared to pay for it. But now you are my brother. You are my cousin. I will introduce you to someone that you are more compatible with, because you are not compatible with me. And I made that very clear when I was single. If you try that, I am not the girl for you, and it's okay. I just never was raised to do 50-50. I don't even know what that looks like. My dad raised me, and every woman that he dated or was in a relationship with, married to, whatever he was taking care of it. He was being a man. So ladies, stop repeating yourself. If he's not getting it, get your purse and walk out. You do not need to continue with this conversation. This conversation is not for you. If he has a problem with it, that's a he problem, because you are going to find somebody that doesn't have to do that 50-50.
Too many.
All right, so this is very controversial, right? And you can either be on any side of the topic, right? But here's the problem. Fine, there's nothing wrong as a woman to want to be taken care of. I mean, hell, I would argue that 75+% of women would want to be taken care of and never have to worry about a bill in their life. However, what you're giving that man in return, you're gonna have to do what he says, right? Well, not necessarily do what he says, right? But you're gonna have to obey. You're gonna have to be submissive. You're gonna have to be, you know, whatever he says goes. But that's the argument. That's the argument that most modern women who have digested feminism at such a rapid rate will never ever comply with. Submission is basically a taboo word, right? Submission is basically a taboo word for these modern feminists. Obedience is a taboo word, even though The same scripture that these girls study say, it's literally God, man, and then the woman in that order. They still won't respect and obey their man or be submissive, right? And it's crazy because I'm not saying like, that's fine. If you want to get taken care of, that's fine. But understand that that man who probably is going to be making upwards of $250,000 because that in today's economy, that's probably what you need. Maybe not 250, but I would say like maybe 175 is where you start to be able to take care of people or like another person and not have to worry about another salary, depending on where you live, right? But these girls don't understand that. They think that they could just get taken care of, and then whenever the guy asks them for a favor and she doesn't do it, the guy is going to be okay with it. No. So, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you can absolutely not do 50-50. But are you willing to do the things that require not doing 50-50, which is obeying your man, being submissive, and whatever he says goes. So you got to pick your poison. Or obviously, at the rate we're going, be single with cats for the rest of your life. That's an option too, which a lot of women will fall into. A lot of them not involuntarily will fall into that option because they won't ever be submissive to a man.
Meaningful way. Then why should he keep pouring into someone who's never filling his cup?
He
Exactly.
does not fall in love with your effort. He does not fall in love with you because you always cook, you always clean, you always pack his suitcase, you're always there, you always pick up the phone. You're just like his mother, right? You're so predictable and so comfortable and it's so convenient because you're always on call. He falls in love with the woman that doesn't always pick up the phone. He falls in love with the woman that probably burned the chicken nuggets and they just get takeout. He falls in love with the woman that doesn't even pick up the phone at 3 a.m. when he calls at the pub with the boys because he misses her, because she has a beauty sleep. He falls in love with the woman that cancels last minute on date night with him because she rather sees the girls because they're in town. He falls in love with the woman that he needs to drive to make the effort and see her, as opposed to the woman that happily jumps into an Uber to come to his place. Men fall in love with women they need to make an effort for, because even from a scientific perspective, that's how men bond with you. Through dopamine, testosterone, and vasopressin. They're natural hunters, they're natural chasers. They want to conquer a woman. They want to have the mystery and they want to be able to figure you out, because in the process of problem solving, in the process of chasing you, by always texting, by always driving you to work, by always coming with you to doctor's appointments, by giving you flowers, gifts, jewelry, money, whatever the frick it is, in the process of him making an effort for you, that's how he further bonds with you. He needs to have the space to be the man to bond with. Convenient woman, the placeholder, the loyal golden retriever that is always chasing after him, always says yes and amen to everything, laughs about every one of his jokes, always picks up the phone, even if it's 3 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't excite him. She, through her efforts, is in her masculine energy chasing him. It deters him. He doesn't want to be around her. From a neuroscientific perspective, he's not even able to bond with her because there's no space for him to actually show up as the man he truly wants to be for her. He wants to be the problem.
I'm going to stop all this bullshit right here because she's capping. All right, man. Listen, I would take everything that she's saying and put it on the other foot. Take that shoe and put it on the other foot. I would argue that it's actually supposed to be the other way around, because women are the ones who need that emotional spike. Bro, guys are simple. Bro, all you gotta do is not be obnoxious, be rude, do not be rude, don't be crass, be friendly, fit, and feminine and submissive. That's all you gotta do. And a man is 100% happy. I would argue that everything that she just said, it should be the other way around. And let me know if I'm crazy in the comments, but like, bro, I think that's fair to say. I don't know what she's talking about. Bro, any guy that's chasing a girl, like, I mean, except for the simps out there, once you reach a certain level in life, like, or what, not even a level in life, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. Like, bro, once you get to a stage where you've been with a couple of women, bro, if one of them don't want you, like, all right, cool. Like, bro, I don't know what she's talking about. I would argue that women are the ones who want things more than men that they can't get. Like, there's a reason why the bad boy always wins. There's a reason why the nice guy always loses. It's because girls love that emotional spike, that feeling where they're not getting exactly what they want. Oh, he left me on red. Like, why is he not texting me back? I would argue that everything that she said is what girls actually want, not what guys want. But that's crazy, man. I don't know what she's talking about, but she needs to go do a remix on that and put and say everything. That she needs to redo this video and say that's what women like, not men, bro. Because let me know if I'm capping, but I would argue that men are so simple that they would, as long as you're submissive, fit, and friendly, chilling. That ticks most of the boxes. Like, I'm talking like 95% of the boxes. And obviously you got to be attractive because that's what men see first. But hey, let me know what y'all think about this video real quick. Shout out to Cosmic Verse. Go ahead, subscribe to his video. I'm going to put the link in the description. But hey, man, take care and peace.